Hello everyone, now we continue with the round of 32 with the left side of the bracket with Quadrant 1 and Quadrant 4, and for our first matchup we will see the 8 seed MadCatter take on the 25 seed Blue Flame. For the first matchup of the tournament, it's the 8 seed MadCatter taking on the 25 seed Blue Flame, and MadCatter is sitting at 11 wins and 5 losses on their career. They would like to add to that. If they can win here, they would go to the round of 16 for 3 straight seasons in a row. And for Blue Flame, they want to get back to the round of 16 after last year not making the tournament. And in the first season, they went all the way. I believe they got 3rd or 4th place. And on their career, they're sitting at 9 wins and 9 losses. Which, if Blue Flame gets this win, they'll have 10 career wins, which would be a staple for them. But they could also get 10 career losses, which would not be very good. So this matchup could either be a good staple or a bad staple for Blue Flame, and MadCatter wants to continue their winning streak and get to the round of 16 for the 3rd straight season in a row. Let's see who wins this match down in the pits. Let's head over there right now. Let the bot battle begin, as a good shot by Blue Flame to kick things off. And a great shot by Blue Flame again, and again. Blue Flame already taking the aggression to MadCatter as Blue Flame gets under MadCatter again. These two bots are not very big in terms of size compared to the rest of the field, but MadCatter now getting under Blue Flame as MadCatter goes under him and slams him to the wall. Great control by MadCatter. Continue this match. And some great shots by both teams. MadCatter gets the good end of that shot, and they throw Blue Flame out of the arena. Blue Flame had a great start in this matchup, but just couldn't finish the job as they let MadCatter on something so to get under them, and MadCatter from there took control despite one where both bots landed on their back, but Blue Flame could not self-right in that instance where MadCatter could, and MadCatter took full advantage of that, where they put Blue Flame on their face and then threw Blue Flame out of the arena. Great win by MadCatter as they clinch their 3rd round of 16 berth, their 3rd season in a row, and they will play either the 9th seed Hypershock or the 24th seed Hammerhead in the round of 16. But as for now, let's go head down to Quadrant 4 for our next matchup. And now for our next matchup, we see the lowest ranked 4-0 bot, 4Face, take on the 29th seed Diablo. Now we see 4Face take on the 29th seed Diablo. 4Face is the lowest ranked 4-0 bot this season, and so they want to prove something. They're also a rookie, just like Diablo. Both teams want to prove something here, that this is both their first tournament appearance on this channel, and both teams have something to prove, as 4Face is very unpredictable in what they could choose in any fight. And Diablo has a very powerful drum spinner as we've seen this season, but they don't have a way to self-right. And so if 4Face could choose the right bot here, they could really cause problems for Diablo, and Diablo might not win this fight if 4Face chooses the right machine. But if they don't, Diablo could easily get under and throw the bot out of the arena with their very powerful drum spinner. Let's see who wins this fight down in the pits. Let's head over there right now. Let the bot battle begin. It looks like Four-Face has chosen Sadness for this matchup, and Diablo is getting under, and a great flip by Sadness as they get under. Diablo again there, and get their third flip on Diablo there. But Diablo can get under consistently, what they are doing against Sadness. Hopefully this was the right choice for Four-Face, as right now Diablo look like they have the ground advantage. But that could quickly shift, as we see on this channel. But so far, it's Diablo taking control, and look like an upset here, with their very much a big aggression. They are fully taking this matchup to Four-Face, as Four-Face is in a bunch of trouble right now. But a good flip by Sadness, and a great out of the camera range flip by Sadness for Four-Face. Now the tide is starting to turn, as this fight is over, and Four-Face will get
knockout
the win. At the start of this fight, it was more looking to be upset by Diablo, but then Sadness for Four-Face turned it around and found their groove, as they got a couple of small flips towards the beginning, and letting Diablo kind of bat them around a little bit. But then Sadness found their groove more and more, and got a flip out of camera range. And that's when Diablo never found their groove again, and it was all Sadness for Four-Face. And then Sadness eventually threw Diablo out of the arena. What a win for Sadness and Four-Face. Great win for Sadness and Four-Face for getting the win, as they will now face either the 13th seed Hydra or the 20th seed Biohazard in the round of 16. But for our next matchup, we will see the 5 seed Emulsion take on the 28 seed Flipjob. Now we see the 5 seed Emulsion, the channel mascot, take on the 28 seed Flipjob. Emulsion should pretty easily be able to win this fight, due to their flipper being a lot better and their ground game being certainly above on many levels to Flipjob. Flipjob does have a decent flipper, but their ground game has struggled at times, and so Flipjob mostly requires for them to come back, but they haven't really dominated much fights, I would say, for Flipjob's case. But so they're very much at a disadvantage here against Emulsion. But we have seen crazy things happen on this channel, so there is a chance that Flipjob could get the upset, but it does not look very good for Flipjob's chance against the channel mascot. Let's see who can win this fight down in the pits. Let's head over there right now. Let the bot battle begin, and a good flip by Emulsion to begin the fight. Another good flip. 3 flips by Emulsion already. And there's a 4th by Emulsion. They're getting under with ease against Flipjob so far, as they get their 5th and 6th flip, and their 7th and their 8th. And Emulsion is getting small, but counting flips. This is not good for Flipjob, and they're struggling with their ground game like the past fight, where Emulsion just broke 11 flips. This is not looking good for Flipjob at all, as they're getting beat with the ground game and the flips. As Emulsion has secured, I believe, their 12th or 13th, that was the 13th or 14th, and there was a 15th flip by 15th and 16th flip by Emulsion, and they're just toying with them, and the fight is over. That was pure domination by Emulsion. They never let Flipjob get under them once. as they landed, I believe, a record 15 or 16 flips. They weren't the biggest flips we've seen from Emulsion, but they did count, and they left Flipjob questioning and tumbling all throughout the fight, as Emulsion now will secure a spot in the round of 16 for the second straight season. Great win by Emulsion as they dominated Flipjob, and Emulsion will now get their second straight berth into the round of 16, 2 seasons in a row. As their next fight, they will take on either the 12-seed Nemesis, the Ballistics Test Robotics channel mascot, or the 21-seed Claw Crusher. But for our next fight, let's head back up to Quadrant 1. For our next fight, we will see the 1-seed Bonk take on the 32-seed Blacksmith. Now we see the 1-seed Bonk take on the 32-seed Blacksmith. Bonk is the most hyped bot this season to win it all, and they could do it because we've seen crazy things from Bonk this season. They went 5-0 in Heat D of rookie bots, and they won the rookie bots tournament and they won the Desperado, and so they very easily secured the number 1 seed, as they now take on the 32-seed Blacksmith, who have never made the tournament before, which they went 1-3 in season 1 and 2-2 last season, and they're not making the tournament for the first time, taking on a tough bot. But Bonk has had a redesign, so Bonk has a way worse of a hammer, like the real Bonk design, and so that could pose issues for Bonk, as Blacksmith could take advantage of that. Let's see who wins this fight down in the pits. Let's head over there right now. Let the bot battle begin, and it looks like Bonk is getting under Blacksmith already, and now Blacksmith gets under Bonk. This is not good for Bonk at all, as they are getting out-controlled by Blacksmith. I think they have met their match so far, as Blacksmith is getting under Bonk, and Bonk is in trouble as they have to come back, but they're used to coming back. They don't have the hammer to do so. I don't think they do, at least. And this match is almost over. I thought it was, but Bonk got almost out of the arena twice in a row, as Bonk is now struggling to get under Blacksmith, as Blacksmith has the upper hand on Bonk. Blacksmith is getting blocking the screws again, and the fight is over. Wow. Bonk did not have control for almost any of that fight, as they got bamboozled by Blacksmith. Blacksmith put Bonk in the screws at least 4 times, and almost got Bonk out of the arena 2 of those 4 times. But Bonk fought their way back into the arena, but it wasn't enough, as Blacksmith got right back under both of those times and completely controlled Bonk. Bonk's new hammer did not help out in the long run. Great win by Blacksmith. What a upset by Blacksmith, as they take down the 1-seed Bonk in the round of 32. They will take on the 16th-seed Uppercut or the 17th-seed Jackpot in their round of 16 debut. But for our next fight, let's head back down to Quadrant 4. It looks like for our next matchup, it will be the 13th-seed Hydra taking on the 20-seed Biohazard. For our next matchup, we see the 13th-seed Hydra taking on the 20-seed Biohazard. I know what you're thinking. You thought Biohazard was 2-2, but I actually did their record wrong after the Siege Engine fight. as I put that they lost to Siege Engine, even though they beat them. So I put them at 1 and 2 after that fight, even though they were supposed to be 2 and 1. And so they're sitting at 3 and 1 on the season, which is correct. And on their career too, because this is they're a rookie this season. As for Hydra, they're sitting at 4 and 4 on their career, so they can go 1 win above even record if they win this fight. But it's not going to be easy because Biohazard is very low to the ground and very hard to get under. But Hydra has a very powerful flipper and could pose issues for Biohazard if they can get a flip. Let's see who wins this fight down in the pits. Let's head over there right now. Let the bot battle begin, and it looks like Biohazard is the lower bot so far as they're getting under Hydra. They get under again, but now Hydra comes under, and Hydra throws Biohazard out of the arena. Biohazard got under once, and then let their guard down, and let Hydra get under, and then Hydra threw Biohazard out of the arena. Great win by Hydra. Great win by Hydra, as they basically dominated Biohazard with only 3 flips. They will take on 4-Face in the round of 16. For our next matchup, we'll go back up to Quadrant 1. For our next matchup, we will see the 16 seed Uppercut take on the 17 seed Jackpot. Now we see the 16 seed Uppercut take on the 17 seed Jackpot. Uppercut is sitting at 4 wins and 4 losses on their career. Due to them going 1 and 3 last season was not a very good bot, if I'm being honest. And Jackpot is sitting at 6 wins and 7 losses. Ha ha ha. 6-7. And they're sitting at 3 and 1. Both bots are sitting at 3 and 1 on the season. And for Uppercut, if they can play this game right, they can win this matchup against Jackpot. But both bots do have very decent ground game. So if Jackpot's weapon works and doesn't break in the middle of the fight, they could win this fight. But for Uppercut, their wedge and that cannot break, or they're screwed. So it all comes down to a weapon for Jackpot and ground game for Uppercut. Let's see who wins this fight down in the pits. Let's head over there right now. Let the bot battle begin. It looks like Jackpot's gonna get under the first exchange and start batting around Uppercut here, as Jackpot gets under and is so far taking control. There goes part of the weapon for Jackpot. That's an issue already for Jackpot, as that could cause them to lose this game due to the weapon being what they need to win fights. But they're still in control, as Uppercut is struggling to self-right, but there goes Uppercut. And now they're getting under Jackpot, and they throw Jackpot halfway out of the arena, and the fight is over. Well, I guess Jackpot could never win this fight. Jackpot got under, did some batting around against Uppercut, but couldn't finish the job, as when Uppercut found their footing, Uppercut threw Jackpot out of the arena and then finished the job with that weapon. Great win by Uppercut. For our next matchup, we will stay in Quadrant 1, and we'll round out Quadrant 1 with our next fight between the 9 seed Hypershock and the 24 seed Hammerhead. Now for our next matchup, we'll see the 9 seed Hypershock take on the 24 seed Hammerhead. And both these bots are rookies this season. but Hypershock played a lot tougher opponent. That's why they get a top 10 seeding. And so for Hammerhead, I could see Hammerhead getting an upset here due to the matchup. Hammerhead has very powerful, obviously, hammer, and Hypershock has some vulnerable weak spots that they could target. And if they could target those spots, Hypershock might cripple pretty easily. And those weak spots are definitely where that weapon is, and where that weapon mounts on to the body. And so that whole section with those wheels, those front wheels, they could tear apart Hypershock's ability to do any damage. And if they could do that, Hammerhead could easily win this fight. But if they fail to do that, Hypershock could just toy with him, and Hypershock can do whatever they want. Let's see who wins this fight down in the pits. Let's head over there right now. Let the bot battle begin. It looks like Hammerhead got a few shots on Hypershock, and now Hypershock started to get under Hammerhead here. Hammerhead firing that weapon a lot, which is a good sign for Hammerhead. They gotta target those good spots that they need, like I said. And now Hypershock's getting some great shots on Hammerhead. Hammerhead's gotta avoid that. Hypershock gets enough shots, they could break apart Hammerhead. But good job by Hammerhead as they pin Hypershock and get great hammer shots by that weapon beats the body area. But now Hypershock can get their own good shots, but now there goes the weapon. That's the first part they need for Hammerhead, as they're targeting that weapon some more. And Hypershock needs to avoid that weapon of Hammerhead, as now Hypershock is in the screws. Hammerhead doing a great job of using that hammer, and there goes that front fork system of Hypershock already. That is not good for Hypershock at all, as Hammerhead now getting under Hypershock, and getting under them again, as Hypershock is out of the screws, upside down, and Hypershock cannot do anything, but they can still come back somehow, if they can find a way. But looks like, so far, that Hammerhead is taking full-on control, as Hammerhead is just using that weapon more and more, trying to break off one of those wheels. It's not working, as they're now just toying with Hypershock, putting him in the screws over and over again, as Hypershock cannot do a single thing to Hammerhead. Hammerhead just using that weapon more and more, and now they're trying to toy with using that weapon, that hammer as a weapon, to try to do something against Hypershock here. It's working, whatever they're doing here, as they get a suplex with that hammer. What a suplex by Hammerhead with that hammer, as Hypershock is struggling still without that weapon and without that wedge configuration, as Hammerhead is fully gotten under. And now Hammerhead has put Hypershock where they cannot self-right, and Hypershock is now stuck on two wheels where they cannot get down. This could be a count out, 10, and it looks like it will be, but unfortunately,
4,
the timer
3, 2,
for 3 minutes will run out before the countdown fully ends, which means this fight will go to the judges. Hypershock had 2 great shots in this fight. The first one and their second one that they only had, which was 2 getting Hammerhead on their back. But after that, they could not do anything, as Hammerhead found their spots of weaknesses, and Hypershock lost their weapon, and then it was their wedge to get off, as Hypershock went the rest of the match without a weapon or a wedge, and Hammerhead took that to their full advantage, as they put Hypershock on the screws at least 5 or 6, maybe it's even 6 or 7 times, ha ha ha, as Hammerhead really put Hypershock in a devastation, as Hypershock did nothing and Hammerhead took full control. Hammerhead even had to use that hammer as a weapon and got a massive suplex with that hammer against Hypershock's body, and that was probably the best shot of the fight, I would say. And Hammerhead eventually got Hypershock on 2 wheels. Great job by Hammerhead. We will have to see if they win this fight, as it will go to the judges. The winner by 11-2 judges' decision is Hammerhead. Great win by Hammerhead, as they will now move on to the round of 16 to play MadCatter. Great win by Hammerhead to get the upset over Hypershock. They will now play MadCatter in the round of 16. And for our next matchup, let's head down to the last matchup of the night, down in Quadrant 4. Now our next fight will be between the 12 seed Nemesis and 21 seed Claw Crusher. Now our next matchup is between the 12 seed Nemesis and the 21 seed Claw Crusher. And if Claw Crusher plays our cards right, they can win this matchup and get the upset against Nemesis. They just have to corral Nemesis and not let Nemesis really spin up. Because if Nemesis does that, Nemesis could break apart Claw Crusher pretty easily. And Claw Crusher, if they could get this win, they would be one win away from getting an even record on their career. And for Nemesis, they just want to get more wins on their career and season. And so for Nemesis, they want to get to the round of 16 for the first time on this channel. And for Claw Crusher, they also want to. Let's see who wins this matchup down in the pits. Let's head over there right now. Let the bot battle begin, as Nemesis gets the first big shot, and another good shot by Nemesis as they get Claw Crusher on their back. Not a good shot for Claw Crusher. They need to corral, but they're not doing that, as Nemesis is starting to batter him around a little more. Not a good start for Claw Crusher, as Nemesis gets a ginormous hit on Claw Crusher. Claw Crusher is struggling here against Nemesis. Not a good start for Claw Crusher. They need to find their way to get their groove to be able to beat Nemesis. Not a good start at all, as Nemesis getting more and more shots on Claw Crusher. Claw Crusher now back on their feet. This is the best chance for them to get a good shot, but Nemesis gets another good shot. The Blow 6 times Robotics machine is doing great, and this fight is over. What a good job by Nemesis, as they completely handled Claw Crusher to the full extent. Claw Crusher struggled at every level, letting Nemesis get every shot, even one of the biggest shots I would say even on the episode. And Nemesis showed their true worth and why they're a threat even on this channel, and eventually put Claw Crusher on the screw mount and then use their self-rider to get them out of the arena. Great win by Nemesis, as they will now move on to the round of 16 to take on the channel mascot Emulsion. And now we will see the bots for the round of 16 from this episode and last episode. From this episode, we will see the 32 seed Blacksmith take on the 16 seed Uppercut, the 8 seed MadCatter take on the 24 seed Hammerhead, The 4 seed Four Face take on the 13 seed Hydra, and the 5 seed Emulsion take on the 12 seed Nemesis. Now let's see what the fights are for the other half of the round of 16 for next episode. And the fights for the other half of the round of 16 include the 2 seed Witch Doctor take on the 15 seed Sawblaze, the 7 seed Roadkill take on the 10 seed Blip, the 3 seed Whiplash take on the 14 seed Bloodsport, the 6 seed Matterhand take on the 11 seed Barricade. All these fights will be next episode for the round of 16. See you in the next one. Bye!